Greetings, everybody. IMakeLevels here. Welcome, or welcome back, whichever it may be. Teeny announcement before we jump into this here video. Recently surpassed 200 subscribers on YouTube. Yay! Someone linked a 3-minute mod review of the closure on Run Think Shoot Live. I got like almost 300 views on that. Normally those videos get about 30 or 40. And because of that, 20 or so new subscribers. So welcome, you guys. I know it's not PewDiePie levels. I'm not going to be able to retire or anything, but to a sub 200 channel, that's awesome. So thank you for your support and watching. We are not here to celebrate my mediocre success at YouTube. We are here to play LiberationVille Challenge number 2 of the Hammer Cup, put on by Run Think Shoot Live. Hammer Cup is a 6 competition modding competition. 6 challenge modding competition. There are prizes to be had. There are mods to play. So let's just stop talking and shoot people. Let's do this here. Entry number 1 is Confusion. Minor bit of disclosure here. I've played the first 2 already. I played all of these yesterday on Sunday on my 1 day off. And, hey guys, and when I was getting ready to clean up my audio and stuff, I noticed that my first video was corrupted, completely lost, all gone. And so I normally play these videos blind, so that there is proper first player, new player experience, so when I get lost for 10 minutes or die 17 times in combat, that's genuine. I'm not putting that on for show. So, for these first 2 videos, for this first video with these first 2 entries, I have already played these. And, yeah, what's going on? That was what I asked myself. And then this guy, what you gonna do, guy? Hey. Dear God, he's attacking me! And I have to murder my fellow resistance fighters. I was very concerned about this. I was also very distraught over the door handles that I clip against. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm trying to remember like specifics of what I called out in the map here. And I'm probably gonna forget some stuff, and I'm probably just gonna have to just wing it for other stuff. I remember some things. I remember this combat here. I remember being kind of penned in here. Don't really have a lot of choice here. And then not a lot of health. I remember I died multiple times here. You'll notice I have no shields, just health. 3 enemies with very, very good accuracy. And out here, there's no reason for me to come out here when the optimal strategy is staying behind cover and picking these enemies off. There's no incentive to come out here and engage them with your cover and stuff. And there is health in here, but it's, you don't want to be dealing with this whole shenanigans in the middle of combat. That's not good times. Yeah, so I wasn't crazy about this intro combat. And we're destroying this tower. After we wantonly kill my fellow survivors here, resistance fighters. After I try to, rather. So, I figured that my goal was, shoot this thing after I disable the shields. How come this guy can walk through the shields and I can't? What makes you so special? Dang, man. I feel so unimportant. I'm not a shield-walking person. I don't like enemies waiting behind doors to kill someone. It makes no sense from a narrative standpoint of like, I'm gonna ambush a guy by standing right in this doorway and shooting at him when he comes through. Because you'd hide behind something. And it's also not terribly fun because then if it's one enemy, it's no big deal, but if it's like 6 enemies, you're going to be doing this all the time. And I'm sure everyone has played multiple mods. I call this door humping. I call it that multiple times. And then I was quite confused. Oh dear God, I remember this. I remember this. Yeah. All right, let's just get through this here. Can they not operate doors? I want to see if they can operate doors here. After I run away like a coward from the grenade. They can't use doors. Is there even an ability to have NPCs use doors? I have no idea. So I come into a T intersection. I got enemies to the right, to the left, and in front of me. No player is going to willingly expose themselves to 3 fronts of combat with this tight of a space, and they're just gonna get murdered. Like, optimal strategy is to come in here and pick off enemies one by one, and it's... I feel anytime you present, like, an optimal, an almost unarguable optimal strategy of this, then the combat is flawed. Like, the combat needs to change. If someone wants to say, oh, but it's better if you come in here and you fight them, you know, face to face with 3, you know, directions of enemies shooting at you, I would love to hear your arguments, but I would vastly disagree with you. Yep. So we got 1 down. I didn't realize it the first time I played it, but there is, you can see the enemies through there, and you can see the enemies through there. So I think I originally got down into the courtyard, and I'm like, I don't know what to do now. And then I was like, alright, well, clearly I need to go up there. And you got the lights, which is good. That tells me something is happening. But you can see the enemies while they're just kind of not able to do anything. Which is always weird because it seems like, you know, I'm shooting the glass and they should react to it, but they're not able to because designer magic and stuff. Oh, dear God, I forgot about you. Another guy just in the doorway. Let's see here. I remember remarking on clipping brushes. One unit of protruding geometry can halt a player in their tracks. It's not a big deal in a hall, you know, it's mildly annoying in a stairwell as you're trying to get up. It's way more detrimental and important to not have it be a thing when you're fighting enemies. If I'm like, pew pew pew, I'm trying to run away, oh, I'm hitching on 1 unit of geometry. Player's potentially gonna get frustrated, and any amount of frustration on the player's part is a potential for them to stop playing. And I feel that should be avoided. Doors that open at you. Oh my goodness. Let me through. I don't know why that happens. So far, a vast majority... Hey, ho. I remember this as well. I think the first time I played this guy was over here in this corner, and this shotgunner was in this corner. And so when I came in... Let me wait for the door to close really quickly here. When I came in, I was like, I saw him first, and I was doing this, of course, because that's the optimal strategy in this tiny little space, and then I was getting shot in the back as well. And I didn't super enjoy that. I think if you're gonna have... I don't know why this guy was in a different position this time. Maybe because I shot his glass window to make a point. At this point, I got slightly stuck because I didn't realize that I could have gone right in this hallway instead of left, and there's more stuff over here. And then this is odd. I had a lot of grenades. I think I had more than this somehow the first time. Did I just miss everybody? Oh man, the first time I did this, I was a rock star with those grenades. I killed like everybody. And this is, you know, it's just not thrilling combat. There's like 7 enemies in here. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't have anywhere to hide. if this was a more substantial area with things for them to hide behind, and I don't know why, but I'm able to... Oh, I think this is where I broke it. You can jump over this wall here, but the trigger to start the AI in the next room is in this vent. So what I did was this, and I came over here, and I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And they didn't shoot at me for some reason, but apparently that guy is, so maybe I'm just completely wrong. I'm not sure why that's different. If this was like an office or something with like glass partitions and there was like glass walls here, I think that would have been a lot cooler, because as you're shooting at them and they're shooting at you, the environment's getting destroyed and things are exploding, and it's like an 80s action movie, and it's like, woo, cool, and stuff. Instead, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Instead, it's just 6 people standing in a box, waiting for you to kill them. And I don't feel like that's very entertaining. Charge! Alright, so this is going to be our last button, and I think this was the main thing that I remember talking about. Why is this one barrel here? Oh, that's why! I didn't do that last time! Well, hot damn, it's a quick exit. Okay. I remember seeing this. Do I remember seeing this? What happened? Nothing's happening. This is really interesting. This played out completely different for me the first time I did this. The barrel somehow exploded on its own, and I was saying, like, if you're gonna have something happen, like a tower being blown up, let it be the player doing it instead of it just happening automatically by pushing a button. And apparently that is set up that way. And now everyone's free. I think I might have shot one of these guys, and I was like, ah, panicked. But they're bros again. We're all friends. They're very forgiving of me slaughtering, you know, their brothers and sisters and wives and husbands and whatnot. They're very accommodating. All right, let's get the people on the ground first. Where? I don't see... Where'd you come from? Oh, I saw my screen flash red. I think it was just the grenade. Where are these people coming from? I think this would have been cooler if people... if the enemies were... Oh my gosh. Like rappelling into the space from up there, rather than... It really feels like they're just spawning here somehow? Magic? It's not really magic, it's designer magic, rather. Are they just... They are just infinitely respawning. Yeah, I would have rather had them... Watch out for the grenade. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I ran right into that grenade. I think having them rappel into the space would have been cooler, rather than... It really feels... I'm gonna watch the corners. Because it seems like they just spawn in. Oh, they just jump down. Are they not... Alright, so that's what they're doing. They're just straight up jumping down. They're not just magically spawning there, they're magically jumping 50 feet. Is that 50 feet? It's maybe 30 feet or something. Oh, wow. Well, you take 2 of mine, I'll take 2 of yours. I remember being concerned about the lack of cover in here. There's not a lot, honestly. There's, like, the central stuff, and that's about it. And I don't remember how this ends. If I have to, like, kill everyone? Ugh. If I have to kill everyone, or, like, some other way to end combat. I don't even have a pistol. I have no long-range weapons to deal with these enemies that are really, really far away. Fighting enemies on top of rooftops with an SMG is not super effective. Oh. Oh. He just respawned. Okay. Are we having fun yet? Oh my god. Seriously? I don't remember this happening the first time, but it might have. I honestly don't remember. Okay. And I believe this was the end of it. This is the end of it. The Black Void. That was it. Combat was weird. Not weird, but I mean, lack of cover and like the people just standing in rooms waiting for me to come through a doorway. Unfortunately, that's something you see a lot in mods, and I really wish that wasn't the case. Honestly, like, practice designing combat encounters. Like, forget like premise of why you're there. Just like plop you down in a room, give you some ammo, and then like let you enter another space that's like a combat setup, however you want to do, and like just do that like 5 or 6 times until like you can create like dynamic good combat and stuff, and you get a sense for how much cover is needed for the player and for enemies to function, and that allow you to like flank or employ multiple tactics and, you know, different approaches and stuff like that. I'm confused at why it ended so differently for me the first time. The first time, the barrel exploded on its own somehow. I didn't see the broken wall in the second room the first time either. That could have been kind of done in a way. I don't know. Anyways, Lakeside entry number 2, and I forgot to mention this, which is kind of a moot point at this point. But for future videos and for this video, if for some reason you only want to watch me play through the second video and not the first one, timestamps will be in the description of the video for your convenience. Ah, I remember this map. Oh gosh. I really had problems with this map. The amount of ammo I had, plus the lack of cover, was definitely a concern, and I remember sniping with my pistol many, many times. I'm already out of ammo with my pistol. Let me see if I can kill this guy in a somewhat efficient manner. Where is it? Where is it? Did he die up there? I remember not being able to climb this? Did I? Man, I just don't remember how any of this stuff works. Alright, I remember the 2 emplaced machine guns, and I remember not seeing this shield the first time, but it's placed where the hole in the boat was, which is very neat. Where is it going? Where is it? It's gone. Dear God, grenades. Grenades. Oh, man. I really hate when you're crouching and you stand up and you go to sprint. You're just walking away, but you're using energy. You make the sprint sound, but you don't actually sprint. It's like there's a delay on the input. It's not something for the author to figure out. That's a bug of the source, I guess. Yeah. So there's a gun up there and there's a gun over there. And I really did not want to engage with the enemies in this place because there's just too much. It's way advantageous for the enemies. So going back here, this is just the best solution for it, not getting torn to shreds. And now that I've played these, I will definitely go look for other people playing these and see what they do, because I'm kind of curious as well. This is how I killed this guy. And I lost like half my health in the process the first time. Run, 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 run. boats! You got boated! That's not a word! Alright, let's go get our crate. Oh, there's more. Oh dear god. Well, I already switched to it. Let's commit to it. Why did my grenade explode? It's like it fell into some nether or something. What the hell, grenade? Totally betrayed me. Ah, yes, I'm starting to remember some things about this. I don't remember if there was items back here. I'm searching still. Oh, there are. I do remember commenting about this. Anytime having to do like a 180 turn to progress is kind of... I typically avoid it, and I think most games avoid it. It's kind of weird. More so in like platforming games, but if I'm looking at this and it's like, oh, there's water, I can't really, you know, it's a natural barrier against progression. Like, you can't swim in this game. Well, kind of swim in the game if the water is shallow and stuff, but from here, it's like, I can't go that way. You think I can't go that way, but there's a, you know, narrow shelf, and then you do a 180 turn to go around. It's not like a huge deal, it's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but it's... Oh, this is bad. Maybe something to think about. Oh, that was even worse. I'm good at video games, I swear. Let's light some people on fire. I think when I first came up here, the guy on the gun like didn't turn and attack me. I vaguely recall that. And... ah, that's right, button. I remember the button. Button calls the elevator. Hidden behind the one pallet. Ooh. The amount of props in here. Large crates are, you know, I think they're fine as like filler stuff and as destructible cover when you're going and it's kind of dynamic and neat and stuff, but as objects to use for the gravity gun, I personally don't like them because I can't see anything. If you threw like 50 fast head crabs in here and only crates, I would really hate that. It looks... I mean, the prop density is kind of low for efficient gravity gunning, but I guess there's enough stuff in here. There's lots of barrels and stuff. Let's take our trusty gas can. Oh yeah, I remember this. Alright. I did like the destructible nature of the cover here. That was really neat. I don't really think I've seen that to this effect in another mod. If this was like slightly longer combat scenario, or if there was some static stuff in here, it would have given the player like a... not have to like go back here to deal with them. They could have like, if this was something static, I don't know, or something that doesn't react very much to gunfire like barrels. It kind of tips over, but not like destroying. And then if these, they kind of destroy quickly, somewhat. I don't know, the first time I went through here, like most of the boards stayed up. I think like only 3 or 4, 2 or 3 maybe even, got blown up. And I was like, ah, that's kind of neat, but not a lot of stuff blew up. It's getting hot in here. Oh, ledge combat. I complained about this in Chasmville a lot. Fighting where just enemies are just running at you, not really doing much. Owie. Is it still alive? Oh, it is. trying to remember what I said about this. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, enemies don't really make use of cover. There's no cover in here for the enemy. They're not gonna, I mean, the elite soldiers are more ranged. They're not gonna come way up here, even if this stuff is noted correctly. Noted, if there's info nodes on here correctly. They're not gonna come up here to shoot at you at this range. They're gonna want to be long range, and there's no cover for them. And in here, there's only, I mean, there's sufficient cover in here, I guess, for the player. Just not for them, and I was, like, mostly half dead. And then, this looks like a chimney. This doesn't really feel like a cannon, so I was like, what is this? But this is the thing that we're all used to doing. And I believe, was that the end of it? That was the end of it. So that was the end of it. So combat stuff, and mostly combat stuff, like combat and cover placement, and like the very intro, the intro combat with the machine guns on the beach. Like, if you actually go out into there among the rocks and fighting the other soldiers, like with the 2 machine guns shooting at you, it's like really way difficult. It's a difficulty spike, especially at the beginning of a mod. That felt odd compared to the rest of the combat. There was only like 1 shotgun assaulter, and the rest of it was normal SMG combine. That's gonna be it. From now on, all the other videos are the ones that I recorded last night, and that'll be it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Join me next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.